This is Burke. It's 12 days north of hopeless and a few degrees south of freezing to death. It's located solidly on the meridian of misery. My village. In a word, sturdy. We have fishing, hunting, and a charming view of the sunsets. The only problems are the pests. You see, most places have mice or mosquitoes. We have dragons.
Welcome back to the Zoids Room, everybody. Today we're going to be taking a look at Dragon Zoids. Let's start with the oldest one. I'm honestly not sure if this one counts, but it is the oldest, and I'm going to consider it a dragon. This is Pegasaurus. It is a Republic Zoid from ye olden days of Whitehead Zoids. It's listed as a bird type, but it looks pretty dragony to me. Sadly, I haven't managed to snag one of these yet, but you know what? Someday I will. Next up, we have the classic Redler. Redler is an adorable classic Imperial Dragon type Zoid that has been around for quite a while, and it comes in a variety of colors. And Redler exists in both the classic motorized Takara Tomy and posable Kotobukiya versions, so if you want a dragon that walks or a dragon that's posable, you have options. Next up, the big boy, Gil Vader. Gil Vader is a really big old school dragon type. Although it's listed as a wyvern type, it's clearly more of a dragon. It's got lights, its wings flap, and has buzzsaw wings. This is just a super cool Zoid. Unlike the Redler, Gil Vader has had very little screen time over the years. Though it did have a super brief scene in Zoids Genesis, the 4th anime. And speaking of Zoids Genesis, the next dragon we have is Gil Dragon, which appeared heavily in the 4th anime Zoids Genesis. It's pretty much just a recolor of Gil Vader, just in a beautiful blue, white, and gold paint scheme, and with a set of swept-back horns rather than the pointy purple ones. I've also got Gil Dragon in chrome. Isn't it so friggin' cool? It's so shiny. Next up, we have Gil Vader's little brother, Gun Gyarados. Gun Gyarados is to Gil Vader as Genosaur is to Deathsaur. It's a smaller, sportier, cheaper to produce version, but it gets the job done. Next up for Dragon Zoids, we have the Blocks-type Matrix Dragon. This Zoid is actually made up of 4 smaller block Zoids. You all fuse them together to make a big dragon. Sadly, I haven't managed to snag this one yet either, but it is pretty cool looking. Next up, we have Decalto Dragon. Decalto Dragon is another fusion type Zoid, this time fusing Death Razor and Parablade to make Decalto Dragon. It comes in this beautiful Genesis color scheme. It also comes in a more Imperial red scheme. Next up, we have Chimera Dragon. Like Matrix Dragon, Chimera Dragon is a block Zoid made up of 4 units, this time Diplo Gun, Demon's Head, Fly Scissors, and Shellcarn. Block Zoids are fascinating little critters. Next up, we have yet another block Zoid, this time Ground Drago. This time it uses 3 smaller block Zoids to make this interesting looking kit, which I don't know if I've ever seen anyone actually post about. Must be unusual or kind of rare maybe. And lastly, an honorable mention, Stealth Dragon. This is a manga exclusive Zoid, and it's never gotten its own official model kit. I do have a fan-made version of it, but it's not ready for display yet. But it's pretty cool. It's got translucent wings and lots of body segments. And I think that's it for Dragon Zoid. Zoid on.